We have people all the time that start with us and like, I don't know about this fasting stuff, but I'll try these products. And we tell them, fine, yeah, don't even think about it. Just start using these consistently. And inevitably, before a month's out, they're like, oh my gosh, I just did an 18-hour fast. Like I said, 90% of the people that interact with us, their only concern is, I feel like garbage and I want to feel better. And so a lot of them have tried, the various popular diets, whether that's, calorie restriction and macros or keto and carnivore. And, some of them might have had some success or not success, but they just couldn't keep going with those dramatic lifestyle changes. Frankly, the way we see the world is right now, 9 of the top 10 causes of death are driven by chronic disease, lifestyle diseases. Our mission as a company, our look through the world as we look out 10, 20, 30 years is we want to build a place where those 9 of 10 top causes of death aren't even the top 25.
Right. Hi, it's Randy with Las Vegas Spotlights podcast, and today we're here with Sam with Unicity, and we're going to be talking about 4 different parts of it, and that's the people, the products, the opportunities, and the company's vision. But before we dive into that, Sam, can you share us a little bit about yourself?
Definitely, yes. Thank you, Randy, and thanks for coming by and spotlighting us. But I myself, so I've worked with Unicity for 13 years now. It was actually like my first real job going into college, realizing I was broke and needed money, and a neighbor told me that Unicity was hiring, so I went and applied to their call center, and that's how I started. And the way it started for me was just that. It's just a job. It's, pay for my rent, be able to go on dates, things like that, normal stuff.
Right.
But over the course of the first 2 years, I started to have a little more belief in what this company was doing, right? The customers I was interacting with were really happy, and products seemed great. I started using them more, and so that was a good intro. But then I ended up doing actually an internship with them one summer at their Thailand office. And that was my first time really getting intimate with the inner workings of the company, right? The mission, what they do. And by the time I came home, I was like, I love this company. I could work here the rest of my life, if they would have me. So far they have. And so that's been most of my background. My only stint, not directly with Unicity, was a time where I spent working and helping run the Utah franchise of the Dale Carnegie Training Company.
Okay.
And so, yeah, a lot of people know how to win friends and influence people, and I've been exposed to the courses, but I did that for a few years and loved it, but came back to Unicity, and since then, so now my role is the Vice President of Sales for the Americas region. Everything from Canada down to Colombia is the only South American country we're open in currently, but it's a lot of fun.
That's good. That's good to hear. So what we're going to do now is talk about the people and the products, within Unicity. So I guess the thing that I'd like to start with then, who's the leadership, and then as far as the distributors, what's that?
Yeah. So there's really 3 types of people that compose Unicity. The first and foremost are our customers. Right? 90% of the people who buy and consume our products are here for one reason only, and that's their health. And then they stick around for one reason only, and that's because their health is getting better. But that's our top priority, is really making sure that we provide real functional tools that provide measurable results for people who are looking to restore their metabolic health. But the other 2 key groups one is our distributors. So the people who have decided to partner with us to spread the word of what these products can do, how they can impact you. And those people are really the lifeblood of it, because without that, right, people don't hear about us. They don't know who we are. And we have amazing partners in that field who do really well and make a big impact on the world. And then the last side would be the actual corporate employees. And so Unicity's in 60 countries around the world. We've got more than 30 offices in different countries, and it's a very spread out team supporting all of this. But it's a lot of people who really love, like me, what it does, and our leadership team is, Unicity is actually a bit of a family business. It didn't start that way, but back in 2006, and we can get into the history of everything later.
Yeah.
But in 2006, one of our top distributor of the company ended up purchasing the company itself to try and turn some things around. And his name is Sam Hughes, and same last name as me. It was my dad. And so that's why growing up, I never looked to work for Unicity. It was like, that's my dad's job. I don't want to work there.
Yeah.
But then one thing led to another, and now here I am. And so he's our CEO. He's the owner. Our CFO is the only part owner. He owns a small percentage, mostly because Stuart won't let him sell and retire. He wants him around. But they are the ownership of the company is privately owned. We have no debt. We have no other outside investors or shareholders. And there's a lot of great things that come from that in terms of our ability to respond to the market and move quickly. But then other leadership, we've got the COO and president of the company, Dan Hughes, one of my older brothers.
Right.
He lives in Wyoming. He's the only one of my siblings that's worked here longer than me, but just very intelligent, very well suited with operations. He's been the driving force behind our supply chain setup around the world, where we manufacture our own products in 4 factories around the world, and supply chains that extend to our partners, right, for the ingredients all over the place. But so he played a large factor in this building being established and us moving our presence here to Las Vegas.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So I guess then, talking about the products and what's really popular right now locally, like if we took a look at the American market, we talk about that.
Yeah, our most popular product offering is what we call fill grade, or the fill grade system, as it's commonly called. And it's really actually the combination of 2 of our core products with the practice of intermittent fasting or time restricted eating. But basically, you have an 8-hour window where you eat and a 16-hour window where you try not to eat. Just have water, right? No calories. And generally, I mean, that's a practice that's widely regarded as super beneficial, but not very fun. Right? People don't like to stick with it. And so the 2 products, one of these is Unicity, what I'm drinking right now.
Right.
But this is a concentrated, purified form of yerba mate that has natural GLP-1 production in your body. So it boosts your body's own production of this, right, GLP-1 drug that everyone out there is trying to get more of synthetically.
Yeah.
And your body's designed to use it. It's already designed to make it.
Right.
And it's just giving it the tools to make more of it, which quiets that food noise, that craving noise, and makes the fasting portion of the day a breeze. Like, we have people all the time that start with us and like, I don't know about this fasting stuff, but I'll try these products. And we tell them, fine, yeah, don't even think about it. Just start using these consistently. And inevitably, before a month's out, they're like, oh my gosh, I just did an 18-hour fast. I felt great. I didn't even notice, right? And so it's really helping someone do a behavior that's already beneficial for their lifestyle, but not having that behavior be dependent on the willpower. So that's there's 2 parts, I guess, of fill grade.
Right.
And the third part being our balance product. And this is our core product. It's our first product we ever launched over 30 years ago.
Oh.
Back then it was called BIOS Life, but it's evolved. This is right, kind of like the iPhone 14 instead of the original iPhone. So it's improved over the years, but it's called Balance, and it's a blend of different plant fibers to give your body soluble and insoluble fiber, feed your gut microbiome, but most importantly, reduce the blood sugar reaction to eating a meal, right? Because every time we consume a meal, especially the higher in carbohydrates, which most of our meals are, your blood sugar goes up, insulin goes up as well to help bring that back down, and so long as insulin's elevated, your body cannot access its fat stores.
Right.
And sadly, this is what is driving the chronic disease epidemic throughout our country, is people's insulin is just elevated all the time because we're snacking, we're eating more meals, and so it never gets a chance to come down. But when you add balance in with usually dinner is what we recommend people, that curbs that blood sugar spike, so it curbs the insulin reaction, brings it down sooner, and still keeps them feeling full longer because of what that fiber does around their meal. So they're able to, just go into the evening, not feeling the cravings, and get some really great time during the night in that fat burning zone.
Right. Perfect. That makes sense. So now I'm going to jump into about the people now. Who can get involved in Unicity?
Really, anyone. And so it really kind of depends on what someone's looking for. Like I said, 90% of the people that interact with us, their only concern is, I feel like garbage and I want to feel better. And so a lot of them have tried, the various popular diets, whether that's, calorie restriction and macros, or keto and carnivore, and some of them might have had some success or not success, but they just couldn't keep going with those dramatic lifestyle changes. And so that's where a lot of people find us and say, okay, well, let's give this a shot.
Right.
Because it seems easy enough for me to incorporate into my lifestyle. They're not telling me I have to dramatically change my diet or things, just adopt these habits and let everything else fall into place. And so that's a lot. Anyone who says, hey, I want to get healthier, I want to be metabolically flexible, I want to have my insulin sensitivity back, then they can find us. They can go to our website, unicity.com. They can talk. They can go on social media. They could reach out to you guys. I mean, we'll set you up with a referral code so that anyone can reach out to you from the podcast and be like, hey, give me a discount. And you'll be able to share them like, here's a discount, so you get the wholesale price. But that way they can access it and they can give it a try themselves. We give every single one of our customers a 90-day money-back guarantee.
Wow.
Where we tell them, hey, put it to the test, right? Order your product and then go get your labs done. Go to one of these Quest labs, go get your measurements on your waist, at least step on the scale, right? Do all these things. And then check again in 90 days. But in 90 days, if your HbA1c hasn't improved, we'll give you your money back, right? If your blood lipid panel hasn't improved, we'll give you your money back. If you just don't feel better than you felt in years, we'll give you your money back. And so it's the kind of guarantee that would put a company whose products didn't really work out of business pretty quickly. But we've had that guarantee now for the last 5 years, and things are going great because people see it, they put it to the test, and like, oh my gosh. It works.
It does work, and what I liked about it is kind of this step 1, 2, 3. It's not complicated.
No, yeah. If it's complicated, it's doomed to failure because lives are complex already. Right? No one wants to add in more, right, mental gymnastics for their food and diet on top of all the things that life throws at us. Right. So, but that would be right. One way people can interact with us is, hey, I just want to try these products. But then the other group is, I mean, like 1 out of 13 of our customers, after they've seen this and they realize how amazing it is, they want to get involved on the business side as well. And they say, hey, I just know so many people that need it. And there's people asking me what I'm doing. And it's such a great opportunity right now that they get involved and become a distributor with us, a partner. They set up what we can dub a digital franchise with us, where they can now have their own referral links that they can earn an income from every time someone orders from their link. And I think a big thing that I like to point out to people is, I mean, lots of companies these days will do, affiliate, referral links, things like this. And, I'm trying out right now a new blood test process that I'm curious about. And they gave me a link to say, hey, you refer this and you get $20.
Right.
But it's ironic to me because this test is a monthly subscription. And so, when I refer someone, they give me $20 the first time. But if that person becomes a customer for the next 5 years, I'm not getting $20 every month, right? The same thing with Uber, right? I downloaded Uber, they're like, hey, share this, someone takes a ride, we'll give you $5. And it's like, great. But those 5 people I recommended, they've probably taken hundreds, maybe thousands of Uber rides in the last 10 years. And I've gotten $5 once. And so that's something that we do differently, is we think, hey, the 10th time, the 20th time, the 100th time someone uses this is just as important as the first time. And these are lifestyle habits that need to change if you want to combat obesity and diabetes and these things. And so we compensate our partners the same amount the 100th time someone buys and subscribes, as the first.
So it's over and over again.
Yeah,
it's recurring.
It is recurring. Right. I mean, as long as that person continues to purchase it and use their health, then great. And people ask me a lot, like, well, is this the thing where if I start it, I have to use it forever?
Right.
And I want to point out that, it's not like testosterone treatment, right? That's popular here in Las Vegas and lots of places. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But it is the sort of thing where if I'm starting to supplement testosterone, I kind of have to now do that the rest of my life, or else when I get off it, I've kind of wrecked my natural production.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like that in this.
Right.
But what I equate it to is more like taking a shower. If I was someone who's never been around indoor plumbing and get introduced to showering daily, and I'm like, this is amazing, I feel great. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go to someone and be like, so how long do I have to keep doing this? Right? Yeah. Can I stop and still feel good? It's like, no, of course not. Yeah. As long as you want the benefits, just keep using it. Yeah. And the moment you don't, hey, it's fine. Some people actually will use this and they'll use it for 6 months. They'll reach their health goals, and then they'll be at a place where they can adopt the healthy habits they knew they should have been following all along. And so they can dial back some of their product use and be like, yeah, I'm just now able to sustain this lifestyle. Other people, they're like, I kind of want to continue to have pizza every now and then, right? And be able to enjoy myself and still maintain a healthy life. And so that's where we have a lot of people that, 3 years, I mean, that balanced product, we have people that have used it every month for the last 25 plus years. And they love it. It's great.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm hearing then is the business model itself stands out from other ones. Is that right?
It does. Yeah, it does. It stands out because, one, just this aspect of being able to earn recurring. Essentially, I'm building if I'm a partner with Unicity, I'm building my own customer network and partner network. I'm not building a customer network for the company.
Right.
That's the big distinction. If I'm out there going door to door selling pest control, hey, they're giving me a good acquisition, right, price. They're paying that commission to acquire customers for them. But I don't own that customer.
Right.
And that customer might be now giving them a bunch of money, other referrals to other people. The company keeps all of that. Whereas here, hey, when I get customers, in a sense, like I own those customers. They're in my network. And so every month those customers buy, I win. Every time those customers make a referral, that joins my network. And so my customer can send their referral into a friend. They can get product credit, but I'll get the same commission that I earned from that customer's referral as I got from the original customer because they're within my network. And so it really creates a much better win-win scenario, right? Where you don't feel like you're competing with the company. And it's like, hey, the company wants you to win. Because when you win, we win. Yeah,
that totally makes sense. So now I wrote something down here. How do you support all of these different partners there? They're scattered all over, in this case, the United States or around the world. How do you support them?
It's very much a team effort. And so we have, I have an amazing team that backs me on supporting all of our partners throughout the Americas. We have offices in Toronto and Fort Lauderdale and Puerto Rico and Mexico and Colombia and Utah. So there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are helping with this. But also, when we have partners that get involved, a lot of them just step up to those leadership roles. And so I kind of if we had to subdivide the two groups of our distributors, there's the groups that they behave more like influencers,
right? Where
they say, hey, I love this product, I believe in it, and I see that there's a big financial opportunity for sharing it with people, and so I'm just going to talk about it. Right. And it's very customer focused. We have other leaders who are like, hey, I just want to set up as many people in this opportunity as possible, because I can't possibly, even if I'm Kim Kardashian and I've got 100 million followers, that's a tiny percentage of the world population. I can't reach everyone.
Right.
And so it's all through helping other people, and they do a lot of support with us. We partner with them to help them provide the right resources to their teams. But frankly, there's no one better to learn about how to win at being a Unicity partner from than another Unicity partner who's winning.
Yeah.
Even the company, even me in my role as VP of Sales, frankly, it's not as good as hearing it from someone who's like, hey, I've been where you're at, I've done this,
right, and
I had my losses, I had my wins, but now I'm doing really well. Let me tell you what I did.
Right. Yeah. That totally makes sense then. So what about in Las Vegas locally here? Success stories. What's happening right here, right on the ground?
It's really exciting because there's actually not much. We came out to Las Vegas not because we were chasing a new market for potential. We know there is a lot of potential. 3 million people here, and most of them need this, right? Too many people who are pre-diabetic, type 2 diabetic. But the other side of it is that so one example, a success story, I guess, is the first employee that we had relocate to begin establishing everything with this building and stuff, named Joey Orton. We relocated him from Dubai with his family, brought them out here. He's American originally, but we'd had him living out there supporting some of our Middle Eastern markets. And they came out, and his wife shortly after was like, all right, well, I've kind of lost a lot of what I used to do with my time in Dubai, and so I'm going to fill it by being a Unicity distributor. And so she was on the distributor side, he was on the corporate employee side.
Right.
And after a few months, she'd begun to make more money than he did as his employee, right? The director of business development in Las Vegas. So he was seeing that, and he was scratching his head like, I don't know about this, right? And so a little while later, he quit, walked away from his salaried position with the benefits and everything, and beginning of this year stepped into also being a distributor, working it with his wife. And now his income has grown to where it's replaced what he was making from us, and that's also supported her income to even grow further. So it's an awesome success story, even though it cost us a great employee. Yeah. But he's actually the fourth, I guess, of my team members who have quit the corporate side to go do the distributor side. Right. And I think there's a lot of companies that create policies around blocking that. but I think if we did that, it'd be hypocritical because
Right.
we believe in the opportunity.
Yeah.
And if someone's like, hey, I want to do this and I think I can do better, then awesome, go do it, right? And we'll go through the work of finding someone to fill the gap that you left, but hey, if you want to do that for yourself, then go in.
Mm-hmm.
And every single one of those employees now, those 4, all of them now are earning more, and in some cases, like a lot more than what they were making as an employee with us. And so outside of that, though, there's just some other teams that have gotten started recently here in Las Vegas, and I'm really excited about it because it's such a melting pot, right? Like I was interested when I went to vote last year, and I've only been in Vegas for 2 years, but when I went to vote and I saw your ballot was in English, Spanish, and Tagalog, I was like, I've never seen that before. But it's awesome because you've got these networks that go all over the world, and as you start to spread the word about this and help people have these transformations with their health, inevitably you end up with groups of people that are starting to use it throughout the US, throughout the entire world.
Yeah. So what I like to hear about this anyways right now is the success both within the company itself and the actual partners there. And it's a surprise to me that you said that you can take somebody corporate and they're, quote, allowed to move into the partnership distributor role, which is amazing. Like you mentioned, that is very, very rare.
Yeah, it's not normal. We'll see. Maybe we'll have to change it. Too many people start doing it too fast. But you know, it's a scary move because in most cases, people who decide to partner with us, they'll have an existing job and they'll do both at the same time, right? And they'll do this maybe 10, 20 hours a week on the side as it builds up. And they generally don't leave their prior job, which might have been the reason they got involved. Right? There's a lot of people who are like, I hate my job, and so let me find some way. But they won't leave it until they've replaced or more than replaced that income entirely with us. Now, if you're going from being an actual Unicity employee, you can't do both at the same time. And so it is I'm kind of burning my bridge because I believe in this. And so it requires confidence in what we do and everything in yourself. So I think that's why we're not worried about en masse people leaving. Because you know, it's scary going from a secure thing, as long as I do my job well, I've got this income, to, hey, it's all on me, right? I'm going to earn exactly what I'm producing, and nothing more, nothing less. But the exciting thing about that is, hey, there's no limit to that.
That's right.
So if I think I can produce a lot, I can earn a lot more than what I can beg Sam to give me in a bonus, you know?
That's good. That's good. So now, you talked about it at the beginning. What about a history? You talked briefly about it and growth, and what's the vision for the future here for Unicity?
I mean, we have a really big vision. It seems crazy, I think, to some people to talk about it, but frankly, the way we see the world is right now, 9 of the top 10 causes of death are driven by chronic disease, lifestyle diseases, right? And inherently that means that there is a world, a possibility, where those aren't in the top 10 causes of death because people are choosing their lifestyle behaviors that prevent you from ever having to deal with obesity and diabetes and things. And we know there's a lot of factors that have kind of stacked the deck against the average person between all the development that big food has put in and the incentives with big pharma, and like there's a lot of things that are pushing us towards having bad health. But our mission as a company, our look through the world as we look out 10, 20, 30 years is we want to build a place where those 9 of 10 top causes of death aren't even the top 25. And that type 2 diabetes becomes something that people are like, oh yeah, that was crazy when everyone had that. But it becomes like it was 75 years ago, where it was crazy to hear of someone who was type 2 diabetic and insane to have a child who has type 2 diabetes. Like that, we want to get back to that world, and we believe it's possible, and we want to play a major part in that. And so that's our focus.
Right. So what I'm hearing there is really it's a company around lifestyle, like you said, feel great. And I like that it's tied to in this case, the customers, everybody out there, especially those with possible type 2 diabetes or leading towards that. So that hats off to you guys, because it's not just, quote, product based, it's got a real vision and mission to it.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be involved either way, right? There's so many people that they're kind of given up and accepted, like, okay, this is just how I'm gonna feel. This is the body I got. And we meet them where they're at and say, hey, just give it a shot. Right? There's a money back guarantee. Give this a try, and you see that hope get renewed. And so it's really exciting for that element to be able to give hope back to people who lost it, and have them going to their doctors, doing checkups, and the doctors telling them, like, we better take you off these medications,
right?
Because you're getting better, right? Like we love to hear that noise, but at the same time, like the business opportunity is so exciting right now, because despite the fact that over 1 million people have purchased this Feel Great system and used the products. I mean, my guess is that of the people listening to this podcast, less than 1% will have heard of Unicity before.
That's right.
And so when you live in a world where 9 out of 10 people are insulin resistant, right? You got 9 out of 10 houses on your street, and you've got people who are like in desperate need of something like this, and you could become someone that can then be a provider for it, right? A protocol that's patented, it's scientifically proven, it's vetted, right? All that stuff. It's just so exciting at the potential, because the market, right? Like, it's just gigantic, and I think this is what really drove me to fall in love with Unicity. Is I realized, hey, if I want to help people make money, then they can't do that unless they're helping people improve their health,
right?
And if they want to help people improve their health, that's their focus. Well, they can't do that without making money.
Right.
And so I love that those two things are like inseparably woven together. And I think that's how we fix this corrupt world of health incentives, is making sure those incentives align. And it's like, hey, the only way for us to win is to get the right results.
Yeah. So what I also wanted to mention here was the ability to actually change your lifestyle and your eating habits at a very, very reasonable cost. In other words, it's probably even just going to balance out. The investment, if you want to call it that, in the products is counterbalanced by what you're able to eliminate that on a day-to-day basis, week-by-week basis. So I think that's really, really important that it's built in. It's very affordable.
Extremely. I mean, we really just tried to say, okay, how can we give the maximum impact on someone's health with the minimum investment? And I mean, you look at what people are paying, and sometimes their insurance covers it, but less and less often for Ozempic and Mounjaro and all these GLP-1 agonists. It could be $1,000 a month. Where for this, you're looking at $159 for the month supply. And that's giving me 2 servings daily of the Unicity, right? It helps me forget about food and just feel awesome. And then 1 serving a day, 30 servings of the balance. And so when you look at how that incorporates into my lifestyle, well, I wake up, I have my Unicity, and that replaces my breakfast. And I mean, if you've been to any breakfast restaurant or even a Starbucks to get a coffee here in Vegas, you know, well, I'm already saving more than $5 a day.
Bingo.
Right? Even if I'm just getting eggs and some eggs and bacon and a glass of milk, like, still, that's costing me more than $5.
Yeah.
And so by replacing breakfast, at that point, you've already broken even. But then you have your other Unicity right after lunch. That avoids going and getting a Monster drink, or again another coffee run, or just the snacks, the chips, whatever that is. So you're getting better health benefits while saving money on what you're spending in a month. And that's another challenge we like to give people. It's like, hey, if you're worried about the price, well, pay attention. Like, pay attention to what you spent on breakfast, right? Starbucks, snacks, energy drinks, sodas in the month before. And then do this, right? Follow this protocol for a month and pay attention to what you spent after. And inevitably, people come back to us like, I'm saving money. I'm making money using this. And so, we really want that to be the case, so that it's something that anyone in the United States and even other countries can look at and say, all right, And we've kind of proven that, because ironically, our strongest market within the United States is Puerto Rico. And so the average GDP, or per capita income, in Puerto Rico is about half that of Mississippi, which is the poorest of the 50 states.
Right.
But despite that, right, we reached a much greater penetration in Puerto Rico than any of the U.S. states. So it really just, to me, that just solidified it. Like, anyone who's like, okay, I want to try and get healthier, absolutely, they can win with this.
That's what I like about it. It allows you to eliminate those things that are bad for you, while consuming something that's good for you. Like, it's like a no-brainer.
And we don't tell people like, hey, you have to limit those things for this to work. Like, that's not factored into our guarantee. We just tell them, hey, start factoring this in, and watch how your own desire for those things it starts to go away, and you're like, oh, I've got more zest for these things of life that are good, and I don't need that soda. Right? I don't need that Monster. I mean, I had a message that one of our partners showed me, and a lady who's been on the program for 5 days. She's like, I can't believe it. Like, I haven't gone 3 days. I haven't even gone 1 day without drinking 24 to 48 ounces of like full sugar soda for the last 15 years. And she's like, and I've been using this for 5 days, and it's now been 4 days, and I haven't even like wanted it. And so I don't know that it's that dramatic for every single person, but those stories are not few and far between. And so it's just giving your own self the boost that you want to be able to start making the decisions that are going to have those long-lasting health effects.
Perfect. Okay, so then probably you're right. Less than 1% of the people that are listening to this have ever heard of the company. So that means, like, how do we get a hold of you? Like, where do we find out more about you?
Yeah, so like I said, we'll get you set up so you have your own referral link, and you can put that in the show notes of your podcast. That way, anyone is like, hey, I want to give this a try. I want to get the best price possible, the wholesale price. They can access that, and that way they're set.
Right.
So that'd be the best way. But outside of that, I mean, they can find us on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, just doing Unicity International.
Okay.
So that's UNICITY, Unicity, and then International.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's straightforward. So, okay, well, we look forward to actually having a whole bunch of you join us in using these products here. You know, and if you're at risk at all with type 2 diabetes, or even if you're not, I would suggest just using the product because it is fantastic. So thank you, Sam, for joining us here today.
My pleasure, Andy.
Sounds great.
Yeah.